We're getting ready for the match now between Ben and Christopher Berry. This is a local rivalry, two good friends playing for pride. See which one is the better players over a best of 21 format, first to 11. They're playing in a home venue for both players, the Central Hotel in Trathlon. This is the first game that we have set up on the new camera system that we're using. So the lag there taking place, and Christopher Berry wins the lag. Christopher Berry wearing the sky blue shirt and Ben wearing the pink. And Christopher opting to take the break. Okay, big hit there from Chris. Looks like he's coming up dry there. So Ben will get the first chance to have a go at these balls. Having a look on the table, I've got a feeling he's going to play the yellow to the top middle. And that's how he does play it. He screws back there, lovely shot. He's got a yellow. Looks like he's not on the one to the top right, so he's going to play the one down to the bottom left. Tricky shot to get past the red. Yeah, hit the cushion too far up there. That's a miss, and it gives Chris a chance to have a go at the reds. He is on one to the top middle. Doesn't look much else on there at the moment, but he drops that one in, comes back down to play the red in the middle of the table to the same pocket. Probably going to try and force this to send the white down the table, split the balls up. Oh, he did, and he didn't get the pot. He took his eye off that. So Ben will get in here. He's got a yellow up to the top right and a yellow to the bottom left, but he might just hold them there and play to develop something. He did. Not exactly sure that's what he would want, but there's no danger to him at the moment, I suppose. Not a great deal on here for Chris, so he might just play to put this yellow over the hole, block the yellow off, get it in between those two yellows. No, he's overhit that. He's overhit that, and he's potted the yellow. That's a foul, 2 shots to Ben. They're refereeing the game themselves here, and Ben opts to move the white. He's hit into them there to try and develop something. I think he's been a bit lucky. He has got a yellow to the top left. He's already looking at the shot after that to see whether he can play one into the bottom left. So he pots this one now. Pots this one into the bottom left. Might play to kick a ball out here, so he's going to come off the bottom cushion, kick his yellow out into the middle of the table. He can pot this in the top middle and screw back for the yellow just below it in the same pocket. Ooh. Screwed back a bit further than he probably would have liked, but he's okay on that. He can pot this, pot the yellow in the top right hand side and then the black in the bottom middle. And that will be frame 1 to Ben. Yeah, nice pot there. Nice and easy. This black into the bottom middle for somebody of Ben's self-proclaimed ability. Yes, that's 1-0. 1-0 to Ben. So we are going to be getting as many of these matches up as we can onto our YouTube site, Blackball Pool TV. And we will try and have some many matches on here as well. Obviously, it's all about getting a name out there for ourselves at the moment. As Ben sets them up now for the second frame. Making sure they're tightly packed. Ben opting to use a break cue for his breaks, whereas Chris prefers to use his normal cue. He hits them hard. They haven't split very well, and it looks like it's a dry break. So again, Chris will get first chance to get into them. He's got a yellow to the top left, or to the, looks like he's on the one in the middle as well, the bottom middle. He's going to play the one to the top left. If he can just roll off this left-hand cushion, not ideal, but he is on either one of these yellows to the middle. The bottom middle leg, he could play on the top one to open them up. He's choosing the bottom one. Oh, and he's missed it. Looks like it hit the far knuckle of the pocket and came out. So Ben given a chance that he may not have been expecting. So he's going to play the red just to develop it, just to get it out into the middle of the table. Again, it's sort of, it's bunched up in the middle of the table, but he has got a decent white. So just going to have a look what he's got options here. There's a cross double on. He could play this yellow back across to the pocket he's closest to. Try and hold that. That's the wrong side of the red, but it might cause him problems later on. At the moment, though, in this frame, is quite scrappy, so it's not going to cause him any worries right now. As Ben, well, missing more pots in this frame than I think I've seen him miss this season. So Chris has got one to the bottom right here. He could pot this and screw back a little bit just to hold for one of the balls in the bottom left. Well, he screwed into that, but he is still on the ball on the bottom left. Not sure it goes past that red. No, it didn't. He played it hard. He played to play into the pack, and he didn't get into them at all. So Ben here, he can play this ball in the top left and go into the bunch, which he does do. He's got a ball to the bottom right, or a ball to the bottom left. So he screwed into them there. Knocked one red out, so that's not too bad. Not a lot on here though, so could just be another development shot here. The yellows are tightly grouped around the black, so you might just play off the red down the bottom, on the left as you're looking at it, the left-hand rail to develop that ball. An interesting matchup here. Their styles are very similar. They're both good potters. They've both got a good safety game, although both players, I think, will tell you that they'll prefer to win the frame by potting than by playing safe. Chris gone for the yellow to the bottom right-hand corner. He's missed it, but he's left a good yellow. And he's left Ben a plant here. That's what he's looking at. He wants to hit the first ball onto the second red, pot that in the middle pocket, which he does do. Wipes his feet, but it does go in. And he's on that ball to the top left. Now, if he can pot that and screw back, and he's got a ball now to the top right or the bottom middle. He might just run through this and open up the black. That's a great shot. Great shot. He's been very unlucky there. He's not on that red up to the top right, so he might just play into this bottom red here to hold the pocket, hold the bottom right pocket, which he does do, but he doesn't get the pocket that he wants. So Chris here with a chance to pot this. He's going to go and play the safety game. So roll this down the table, leave it over there, put him in a total snooker. It's a good shot and shows that Chris's head is firmly in this game, but it's an easy out, and Ben does indeed get out of it. Good opportunity here. He's got a nice kiss there. So now that he's got top left, he's probably going to go bottom right. If he's on the ball in the bottom middle, I think that's the one I'd be dropping in. But knowing Chris, he's going to screw this back. And he's on. Oh, that's a lovely, just a cheeky little kiss on the black. But he's on top middle. And if he just drops them, screws it back only ever so slightly, then he's got options with both. But I think I'd definitely be taking bottom left here. Gives you a better angle to come back across the table to pop that other yellow in the top left. That's what he's done. It's a nice pot. He drops this in. He'd be on the black to the bottom middle. It's a nice shot. And he should be back here at 1-1. Oh, it's lovely. So 1-1. And still all to play for very early in this match. So Tibbs has set the balls up for frame 3. Score is 1-1. Not happy with the way they were set up, so he's going to redo it. Players having a bit of a laugh and a joke. Match is being played in good spirits. He hits it. That's a big break, but nothing's gone down. Another dry break. Ben's got chances here on yellow. He's got a pot to the bottom left. Just needs to cut it back on itself. Just drop it in. Oh, but he's at the near knuckle. Don't expect to see Ben missing shots like this. And it's really put this frame in Tibbs' hand. He's going to play the one to the top middle. That's a nice shot. Doesn't really need to do a lot with this one. Just roll it on a bit. Play the pot in the same pocket. Send the white forward. Hold for one of the balls in the bottom left. He could roll the ball down the top rail there, down to the top left, but no, I think he is going to play down into the bottom left. Well, that's definitely not ideal, but he has been fortunate enough to be left a ball onto the top middle. Oh dear. He's missed that. It gives Ben a very good chance at this frame. That's a nice pot. That went to bottom middle. That was a lovely shot, and now he's on all of those balls, so he can play one to the bottom left. And bottom middle again. So this is working out quite nicely for Ben here. Play to get on the one at the top, yeah. So he's just needs to cut this ball back on itself to bottom right. He could either then hold to play the red in the middle or go down the table, which he's going to do. He's run on a bit too far there. Makes his plant much tougher. So he needs to hit the far right hand side of this red to send it down into the left hand side of the other red, but he's missed that. He's given Chris a good opportunity here. He could go top right or bottom left. He's choosing bottom left. That's a lovely shot. Now, I'm not sure I'd fancy going top right because I think there might be in off there, but he's going top left. Oh, hit both knuckles, bounced out. There's no real advantage to Ben here because that pocket is so tied up. So he might play a shot to the top right to screw back, which he does. A bit of a wild lash, if we're being honest. It's not like Ben. So there's a nice pot from Chris. Cheeky kiss there on the black. Now, depending on how much you can see of that yellow in the top left, I'd be going bottom right and holding the white where it is to come back and put that yellow in the top left. He's having a look at it. He isn't sure. So yeah, you can obviously see enough of it on the top left. He's gonna put that nice weight here to get the black in the bottom middle. That's a good shot. Should be 2-1 really to Chris here. Yeah, 2-1. Nice pull. Chris taking the advantage here. Ben setting the balls up. Ready for his break. Frame number 4. They've been quite scrappy, the frames so far. Both players having to work for their scoreline. Work for every pot. That looks like a yellow potted. Yellow potted from Ben there, but no real starter. So we might just look at developing something here. Leave it tough for Chris, which he does. Not left a great deal on. There is a plant to the middle of the yellow onto red. It's open table, so that would be allowed. That's a nice shot. That's unlucky. Red's just hung up there. It's given the advantage to Ben. Nice shot there. So on the red now to bottom middle. He's tried to develop them. He's been unlucky there. He does still have a pot. It's a difficult cut, but it should still go. And he's got a nice angle to develop something to top right. He tried to. He pushed the yellow into the two reds, but didn't get much response from them. So tricky plant now across the top rail. I don't think he ever played that as a pot there. I think he's playing that to hold the pocket. So that's nicely done. Giving Chris only one real chance of a pot here, the bottom left corner. That's a tough one. Nothing else really on. And with Ben's balls where they are, I can't really see him playing safe. So, well, he missed that by a long way. But he's fluked it in the middle. Wow. Tibbs, what we call him, widely considered to be the luckiest man in 2 leagues. Unbelievable double. He's maintaining it's the only way of potting it in the middle. So after that, you've got to follow it up with a pot. He's gone for one to bottom middle. Oh, wow, would you believe it? He'd be disappointed with that miss. Ben's got that red to top right. He takes it nicely. Not a great deal else on here. You may look to just roll this red by the yellow down to the bottom left hand corner and hold that pocket and have 2 of them covered. That's a nice shot. That's a nice shot, nice weight. It bounced up quite a lot. That bottom pocket, it looked like a nice weight when he hit it. So is Chris gonna look to take this pocket in the bottom right pocket? He's got room to get that yellow in there, not to pot it, but to get it in there. Well, I'm sure that's what he played, but I'm not sure that's how I would have. He looks a bit disappointed with that, and he should be. Again, another ball just clinging on to stay on the table. He's left Chris a shot to top middle. We could just try and roll this in. Hold for the one in the bottom middle. play that at pace. He is still on a ball to the bottom middle. But it is a slightly tougher pot. Oh, I can't quite believe it. These balls are staying up. Don't know if this table's been ironed today, brushed or ironed, but that's a nice plan from Ben. Down the table, bottom left-hand corner. He's got the opportunity now to pot this in the bottom right and screw back a bit, but he's got his arm behind that. And that is massively overhit, so he'd be playing safe. Poorly. He'd be playing safe poorly. So good opportunity for Chris now. That's a lovely pot. Lovely pot. Top right hand corner. These are tight there. It looks tighter on the camera than it is in real life. That top yellow, the one that's nearest to him, does go past the other yellow very, very tightly. But it will go. He's going to need to play it into the cushion first. That's nice. And he can cut this in. And anywhere in the bottom half of the oh dear, anywhere but there. Anywhere but there on the bottom half of the table. And he was on that yellow over the middle pocket. But it looks like he is full ball snookered. And oh, he's given Ben 2 shots. So he isn't sure. He's opting to move it. I think Ben's going to put the black into a better potting position and then drop the red in. Looks like he has to do more than drop it in now. He needs to get the white back a bit. So, oh, he wouldn't have expected himself to have missed that. So this should be 3-1 Chris, but he sort of left himself in no man's land there. He can still cut it to the top left, but it's not ideal. But that is a good pot. Very good pot there from Chris to make it 3-1. So Chris taking the early advantage here at 3-1. Games between these two usually are tight. It's rare to see one person leading the way. Chris is going to get us started here in frame 5. That's a nice hit. Big split. He's got a couple there. Looks like a yellow and a red. So one of each. Difficult starter though. Could play a red to top middle. Red that's in the middle of the table. He's looking at the yellow across the left-hand rail, but I don't think he can see it to pot it. There we go. He tried to play the red, overcut it, so it gives the advantage to Ben. And really, both colours are quite nice here, but I think he'll take yellows and cut that yellow that's above the white there, cut that into the top left-hand corner, and play up the table for the 2 at the top right. He's having a look, having a think about it. Yeah, that's a nice shot. So we can play the one closest to the pocket now and swing it out a bit to plant or give that red a kiss. Stay on the yellow, which he has done. and you can come down the table then. Nice angle. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Measured to perfection. Gonna play this pot into the bottom left, up to the top left. So we'll go back across the table here. Finish on the yellow back in the. I don't know what angle he's got here. Oh, that's nice. He screwed it back. I was looking at that, thinking he didn't have much of an angle to play out from there, but he screwed it back. It's a difficult cut, this, to cut it back on itself into that top left-hand corner. You'd never really know where the white's going. It's got to go through a big crowd of reds, which it does. Oh, the yellow wiped his feet, but it does go down. And this black should be a formality. Yeah, that's a nice pot. Well done, Ben. That's 3-2. Getting ready to start frame 6. And it's Ben to break. Scores 3-2. That last frame, nicely played. Quickest frame we've had so far. The balls were all there for Ben to take, and he duly obliged. So here we go. Start frame 6. That's a big break. Another big break from Ben. Players are starting to get their breaking arms going. Potted a red. So he's first in. He's got a ball on the top left pocket, or he could go bottom left. That's what he's choosing to do. Oh, again, a miss. A big miss at this early stage from Ben. Giving the advantage to Chris. So as he drops this one in across the table to the bottom left pocket. And he may choose to take the one on the top left. And he's tried to screw it up the table, stun it up the table, sorry, to develop that red, which he has done. It's a nice shot. If he just pots this top left, oh, that's unfortunate. Again, he'll be disappointed. He's given a chance to Ben here. That's nicely played. Always thinking about it. He's put him in a nice snooker. Should be an easy out. I don't think he hit one. I don't think he hit that red there. It was very close. Ben having a look. Yeah. Wondering what to do with the two shots. It's very sporting there. Chris was a bit concerned that Ben didn't realise he had two shots. So he's just letting him know that it is in fact two shots. So Ben has developed the ball slightly, playing off the black. And really they're all there to be taken. And you'd expect Ben to do just that. So pots of yellow in the middle. Lovely pot. Go. He's going to go to the right side. I thought he may have gone top right with the ball nearest him, but he knows what he's doing. Bottom right to top right, and then most likely bottom middle. Well, that was a big screw back. I thought he may have just dropped it in to play bottom middle, but he screwed it back, so he's probably going to go bottom right. Don't think he's on any of those balls. That would be quite a cut. And that is a very good cut. Oh, you'd be very disappointed with that. That was a great cut. It was tighter than it looked on the camera. So 2 shots for Chris here. Putting the white down, like he's looking at the red over the top left. He doesn't have to make a pot with this first shot. You can use this as a free shot. Seems a bit unsure about what he wants to do. But it's not too bad. I think that red does still go. So he's got a red to bottom left. You can drop this in. And wow. He's been unlucky there. I thought he may have just dropped it in and held for the red in the same pocket. I don't know that that yellow goes. Looks very tight. It doesn't. He's playing just to tie it up. A nice shot from Ben. Chris knows that he has to develop that red now. Oh, lovely shot. And now he's going to look to take these out. This red in the same pocket, perhaps? Or is he going to take the risk and take the red to the bottom right? He is. He's taking it early. And he pots that, screws the white back about an inch or so, pots a red in, very quick. Puts a red in the top left and then black in the middle. Excellent. And that makes it 4-2. So again, he brings out his 2-frame advantage. Both players capable of breaking dishes. We haven't seen one yet. I'm sure we will in this match. First 6 frames. The first 4 frames were very scrappy, but we are starting to see more free-flowing pool and some good pots coming out. First time for Chris on any kind of camera. Ben did play in the local money league, and we did record the final. That is on the YouTube site as well. But this is the first match under the new camera setup. And Chris gets us started, takes reds. That was a lovely pot. Across the right hand cushion as you're seeing it. Takes a red into the same pocket, lovely, and he can take this red now that's in the middle of the table into the bottom middle. Might just pot it and stand it down onto that left hand cushion to pot the one across the cushion. It's a nice pot. He's been very unlucky there, but I think if he pots this one in the top left, he might be able to get the white out enough to pot the red that's closest to the pocket. He may look to play percentages though, and protect his 4-2 lead with a safety shot. He's having a good think about this. These players don't tend to take too much time between shots to think about what they're doing. Having a long stretch. That's a nice shot. That's a very good shot. Total snooker, of course. Joe Ben doesn't have to hit a cushion after he's hit a yellow. Oh, but he does have to hit a yellow. Pot on the white is not the way to get out of a safety shot. So separate these 2 reds. It's a nice shot. So pot the red in the same pocket and then the red up to the top left. Black. You'd be lucky to get this black in the top middle for 5-2. He's gone the other side. Bottom middle. Nicely played. Makes it 5-2 and he's moved 3 ahead now. So we've had 7 frames of the 21. Not sure how this match is going to finish. Ben hasn't really got going yet, but I'm sure the best is yet to come. Nice break, good split, lots of balls at the top end of the table. But doesn't look like anything's down. Dry break. Oh, my mistake. Actually, there was a yellow down. I did not see that. Yellow potted. So, nice start for Ben there. Ben around the table quicker than I can count them. Oh, he got out of position there. You could see he thought he thought he was going to go in off. He started to get quite frustrated. But he didn't go in off, and he does have the yellow down the bottom. Unlucky there. So Chris's opportunity on reds to the middle. Oh, Farjo bounces out. Advantage back to Ben. If he takes the pot there to the top right, there's a nice pot. And again, he's got options here. He'd probably go bottom right. Ben, not a big fan of walking too far. Not even round the pool table. But he's made the track to go bottom left. Oh, well, I can't believe it. I can't believe how many times these boys have had the opportunity to close frames out and have either missed the pot or put themselves in a total snooker. And Ben, too much of the right hand side on there, misses the yellow completely and knocks a red out. So it's a good opportunity here for Chris. So brings a red out into play. I tried to bring a red out into play. He's pretty much gone back to what it was, but that won't bother him for now. He's still at the table and he's potting balls. You may hear me referring to Chris as Tibbs. That's his nickname. Don't know where the nickname comes from. Maybe that's something we can find out for the next video. Put it a couple of nice balls now. These should really be a formality. These balls in the middle. He's going to go bottom right. Or is he thinking bottom middle? No, he is going to go bottom middle. That's a nice pot. Now bottom right. Leaving himself the red in the middle. At least he can just pot and bring the white back. Only about an inch or so just to take the black into the top left. And that's nice. That's nice. And in a first to 11, he's 6'2", so he's over halfway now. So it's been a good start for Chris. Definitely got the spring in his step, and Ben looking a bit shell shocked at the moment. But Chris will know he can't rest on his laurels here because Ben is more than capable of reeling off 3, 4, 5 frames in a matter of minutes. As I said, very capable of breaking dishes, dishing off Chris's break if he doesn't pot. So, Chris will know that he still needs to continue to play the percentage shots and make his pots when he can. And he's got a pot off the break here. Potted a red, and off he goes. So he's taken reds with a pot to the top left, and he's going to play a pot here to the bottom left. It's a nice shot. He's still available for him. It's one to the top left. And well, he's been a bit unlucky. I thought that was going to be a really nice shot. But he's been a bit unlucky. He can still cut this red in. And he has a pot here to the bottom left. It's that last red though. That last red, I'm not sure how he's going to get that out. He may play this. He may play to overcut this red, play it onto the red. Oh, he played it off the cushion to get it out. Didn't quite come off for him. It gives Ben an opportunity, but Ben's going to have to consider how he's going to get that last yellow out. That's a lovely shot. Total snooker again. And Chris gets the escape. Now, not a lot on for Ben here, so we may play to put him in a snooker again off this yellow. It's more of a containing safety than a snooker, that one. He's got a nice white on the bottom cushion. Well, I don't think Chris will be happy with that. He's kicked that red out, and they've grouped together. He's given Ben an opportunity to put him in another snooker. Again, a total snooker, full ball called. Again, on a full ball, he doesn't have to hit a cushion after he hits the red. He just needs to get the red. Which he hasn't done. He's gone completely around them. So Ben will be looking at getting back in the game here at 6-3. Takes his free shot. Separates the yellow and the black. Very close to that yellow there. So I don't think he'd be too happy with that. He knocks the table on his way around it. But he's having a look. Ben will always look. His first instinct is, how can I win the frame off this visit? And obviously didn't feel he could do there, so puts him in another safety, and that's a much better safety than the last one. Chris struggled on the last one, so he may struggle on this one. There's an angle there to come off the top cushion, down off the left cushion, and nestle in behind those reds. But don't know if he fancies that. No, it was a fairly poor effort in the end. So Ben taking his free shot there to free that yellow. And if he's on that yellow to the middle, he'd be happy. It looks very tight. Can't see it from where I'm situated, but the fact that he's going for the left pocket, left cushion, means he probably can't see it. Well, maybe the luck has turned. Maybe the luck has turned. That was a wild swing and a miss from Chris there. Not sure if they traded Q in arms during the break there after the last frame. But Ben is amongst them now, and there's nothing really difficult here. There's nothing difficult in this clearance. It's just about how he's feeling at 6-2 down, and he's missed a couple that you wouldn't expect him to miss early on in the match. But if he can get that out of his head and just take these balls out, he'll feel much better for it, and it could give him the chance at 6-3 to push on. I'm sure he would have been sat down in between these frames, just thinking where the next win is going to come from, because he wasn't looking like he was queuing well. But this is much better. It's more what we expect. He still doesn't have that white ball on a string. He's still a little wayward. He's gone out of position a few times in his clearance. That yellow does pass the red up into the bottom right. Oh, didn't need it though. Cut it into the bottom middle and landed perfectly on the black. So 6-3. Is the comeback on? Maybe too early to say. But they'll get the ball set up for the 10th frame. As we wait for Ben to set them up, ready for his break. Just confirm it is Blackball Pool TV is our YouTube site. Please leave the comments underneath this video. Keep the criticism constructive, please. As I said, this is our first proper video on here with the new system, so we do want to improve and get better, but we can only do that with constructive criticism and not abuse. Ben breaks off there, and unfortunately for him, he has potted the white. So Chris is going to get the first opportunity in this frame with 2 shots. So it's open table now. Whatever he pots in his second visit is what he's going to go for this frame, and he's reds. And that's not great. He hasn't left himself on anything that I can see. So just wondering where his next shot's going to come from. Okay, so he's going to flick off the red here and see if he can leave the white safe on that top row, which he's done. Now Ben does have shots available for him. He may choose to play a pot into the bottom right, or just flick off a yellow. Well, I thought he could see enough of that to pot it, so he might be disappointed, but he did get a nice touch off the red there to move it so that Chris can't pot it. Again, Chris has played to hold that red, I think, onto that top right hand corner. He's been very unlucky that it's dropped in. Left him on nothing at all. Should be a simple out from this snooker though. Coming off the top cushion to hit that red. Tricky shears to find somewhere good for the white to go. And Chris has sent it down to the bottom left hand side of the table. That's not too bad at all. So this frame is going to take some working out here. Chris has got shots available, and I think he's been a bit lucky there. He played that red in the middle, and he potted it up into the top left, and he's gone for the red in the same pocket that he tried originally, and he's missed that by a long way. So over to Ben. Gonna look to cover the pocket, and he does so. So this frame's just got a whole lot more difficult for Chris. May look to push that red in the bottom right hand corner to just cover it. We could even play into the yellow to try and put the yellow safe. But whatever he decides here, he's not fully confident of this shot. I don't think he's completely committed to it. He's up and down on the shot quite a lot. So he's having a good old think about this. Yes. Yeah, played the red into the yellow. Just puts the yellow safe a little bit, but Ben can just play this back out and in front of his red. And again, this frame goes back to being a tough one for Chris to win. Definitely advantage Ben, but oh, what Chris tried to do there was pot the red into the bottom middle and stand back up to take out the yellows on that pocket. And he got half of it right. He took the yellows out, but he potted the white as well and failed to pot his red. So Ben has 2 shots here. and uses his first one to get some of the yellows out. It's been a bit unlucky that that yellow has gone by the red, but it does go into that top left if you can get over there. And that's nice. He's cut the yellow there into the middle, landed on the yellow to the top left-hand corner. OG pots. Now that is unlucky. Got a nudge on the yellow that he may not have wanted, and he's just checking to see if it's frozen. So it isn't. What he's going to do is he's just going to nudge it out. I'm not sure about that. I think if he'd have hit it thinner, he could have got that yellow out a little bit more. Still wouldn't have left Chris a whole lot. He's got a plant, which he doesn't fancy at all. So again, safety in mind, playing the percentages. That's nice. Just gets the yellow out. So Ben knows now if he's given an opportunity, he can take these out. Chris has played a safety shot, but he's put a red safe. I don't think he'd be too happy with that. That looks like a great pot. That's a lovely pot. Definitely advantage Ben in this frame. Lovely pot there. Those were the type of pots he was missing early on in this match. And if he takes this yellow now to the bottom right, gives himself a nice shot on the black, screws it back. Again, a little bit into that, a little bit too much into that, but it comes back nice. He's got the black into the top left-hand corner for 6-4. And the comeback is definitely on here. So 6-4, 10 frames played, potentially 11 more. Tibbs to break. Oh, he potted a yellow, but he's potted the white as well. And look where those balls have finished. So this is where Ben will be looking at a clearance here from the break. And you might look at red here, but I thought yellows were the nicer colour, but no, that red on the left hand side, not as difficult as it looks on camera. So he's going to play that now. Kick the white out a little bit to play the red in the same pocket. He does have a tough red that's closest to the yellows on the top rail, but I'm sure we'll be thinking of a way to get on that. You can get on it quite comfortably to pot into the top left. So that's a nice shot, and this may be the shot where he gets on it. Oh, that's a lovely shot. I'm sure that I think he can see that red through the gap of the two yellows, but I don't think he'll be playing it. It's very tight. He can see it now. I just think if we play this one, screws it back a little bit. Oh, he's played it with top, and been unlucky there, really. I don't think I'd have played that with top. I'd have screwed that back only a little bit. As I said, it wasn't easy enough cut, but he does have a double. That's a nice pot. He's a very good doubler, Ben. And black in the same pocket. Avoiding the in-off in the middle. Oh. Wow. Well, he'll be devastated. Not left Chris anything easy here. Might play, he's got to play the safety shot really. And looks like he does have it. So Ben will be looking to come off this left-hand cushion and just lay up behind the black. That looks nice. Oh, lovely shot. Again, Chris has played a plant there, but he didn't know where that second yellow was going, and he's gone up the cushion. It was not ideal. Doesn't look as difficult in live as it does on camera. It's about 2 inches off that top cushion. Inch and a half maybe, depends how generous your inches are. It's just a matter of when he plays it. He could play it now. If he plays it just pocket weight, just drops it in, he'd be on. He'd be guaranteed to be on that yellow. That's furthest out from the bottom cushion. Oh, he hit the near jaw. Oh, he'd be devastated. He'd be disappointed with that. But that's it. He's got second prize. He's got a snooker. Oh, that's a lovely out. That is a lovely out from Ben. Returned the favour straight back to Chris. Oh, wow. How did he find a gap? How did he find the gap in there? That's unbelievable. And Ben making sure of it. He's taking the 2, using the 2. Played off the yellow to get better positioning on the black, and then drops the black in 6-5. I'm sure at this point, Chris having another go at the out. Didn't get it this time either. I'm sure at this point Chris will be concerned by the scoreline from 6-2 to 6-5. And Ben will be looking to push on here. I'm sure at this point Ben will be aiming for an 11-6 or 11-7 victory. Chris does need to stop the rot and get some frames on the board. So Ben to break. There's another in off. Another in off from Ben. Dry break. And the only thing he wants to pot today off his breaks is the white. So it's a good opportunity here for Chris. If he could take them out straight off the break, it would show some intent. So may look to take the red to the bottom middle. Well, not left himself an easy next ball. He does have a red to the bottom right. But I can't see too much else on for him unless he flicks off that red and pots the red on the bottom, on the top left, but he doesn't manage it. So over to Ben. And Ben will probably be thinking, right, how do I make it 6-all now? So there's a plant on. It's not a gimme. You will have to work it, but oh, he didn't make the pot unfortunately, but he has potted a red, so that is a foul. Chris straight back up out of his seat. Surprised to be back at the table this early, and he plays a nice first shot. Well, it's a nice first pot, but he hasn't actually left himself a pot with his second visit. So he snookered off the 2 reds down the bottom side of the table. And I think that might be it. I think that's a foul. He's come off the side cushion and hit the red, but I don't think he's hit a cushion after that, and he could see the red on the top cushion. So yeah, Ben takes his first visit, develop the balls before he takes them out. And Chris, you can see he is shook a little bit by the comeback from Ben. I'm sure he was expecting Ben to put a couple of frames on the board, but I'm sure he would have expected 4 frames in a row and so quickly as well. As of course, if Ben can make this frame. But looking with the balls now, there's no difficult balls, there's no difficult pots. It's just about the order that Ben takes them in. So it could go either way. You're going to go bottom left, put the white across the table, and play the pot over the hole. So that's the top left. Bring the white back and play the yellow in the same pocket. And then defends, he could hold to play the black in the middle, or he's going to play the black. I'm sure he was aiming to get the black in the same pocket. He has. That's a lovely shot. That is 6-all. So back to 6-all, all square. Suddenly becomes a best of 9. So whoever can win the next, can win 5 out of the next 9 frames will win this match. Originally set up as a money match this game, but we decided to keep the first match that we post on here friendly. But we do have, as I said, money matches coming up. I might even try and get on the table myself. Get Chris Berry in the commentary booth. He's done a bit of commentary in the past for our first video, and proved quite popular. Far more cheerful and enigmatic than I am. So it's always fun having him around. So we'll see if we can get him and Ben in the commentary booth, and I'm going to try and set a game up for myself either with my brother, so definite grudge match there, or with Jason, also another pool player from the pub that we play in. So the frame's underway here. Ben at the table on reds. Taking him out, his arm is definitely going that little bit better than it was in the early frames. Very quick visit. As he takes the pot to the bottom left. You can send the white off the bottom cushion and hold that red in the top. You have to do more with this white than I think he wanted to, because he's got to avoid the in-off in the middle. But it should be simple enough to drop this black into the bottom left-hand corner for another dish. And for the first time, he's taken the lead since the first frame. So that was an excellent clearance there, showing what he is capable of. That's the second dish he's had off Chris's breaks. Seems to be having more luck off Chris's breaks. He seems to be potting the white on his own. So that is 7-6 to Ben now. Frame 14. Players having a quick break. Quick restroom break. And a chance to get a drink. We're back at the table now. As Ben breaks. And sure, he did make a pot there. I think he potted a yellow off that break. So he's first in at the table, and Chris will be wondering where his next win's going to come from. 5 in a row. But he just needs to keep his head down, Chris, and not worry about that. Just play the balls. It's difficult when Ben is in full flow like this. The pots become so easy for him. I'm sure he'd be thinking in the early frames that the balls didn't fit in the pockets. But now they look like the pockets are twice the size. Well, commentator's curse there because he missed a pot to the top left-hand corner and potted a yellow to give 2 shots to Chris. So perhaps I spoke too soon. So Chris takes out the red. Shows Ben what he should have done. And now the yellows are here for him. He's going to put some distance on this. He's going to go up the table. Across the table as you look at it. It's the bottom right. And he's looking to see if that yellow passes the red to the middle. I don't think it does. You'll have a better view of it than I do. I am tucked out the way, watching the game on the screen. Occasionally I do try and pop my head up to have a look. But not a great deal that I can see from where I am. So that's a nice shot. He can bring the white back enough. Well, not for the middle, but he can take it up the top. I'm sure we would have rathered it in the middle. Oh, they're the kind of shots early in the match he was potting, and Ben was missing. And that is how quickly it can turn, unfortunately. But if Ben takes these out now, which he should do. Oh, that's a nice kiss. The white was travelling past that black, but he got a nice kiss. Oh, well, he can't believe it. He's looking at the table. There's nothing to blame there but yourself there, Ben. There was no kick and there was no fall. So he gave an opportunity to Chris and he cannot take it out. So Ben going up and down. Nice pot. Scrappy finish to a good frame. Chris can't quite believe it. He's having another look. Did it fall? I don't think so. Ben's having a go. He doesn't think so. 6-8. Frame 14. Frame 15. Good maths. That's why I play pool and not darts. So as we set them up now, 8-6. Difficult to see Chris come back, but we've seen one from Ben. So and Chris is just as capable of doing it. We shouldn't be, let's not write him off at this stage. Again, when he's potting well, he can reel off 3, 4, 5 frames in a row. But he's finding it very difficult now. The white's going in. Ben's got 2 shots. Ben very good at reading the frame, of knowing the right shot to play to give him the best chance instead of winning the frame in one visit. I'm sure he'll be looking where the balls are and thinking about 9-6. got one difficult yellow, which is the yellow tied up with the black. It is far enough away that it will pot in top left and right. So it might not be that much of a concern to Ben. He might play it now. I think he'll play top left first. So you may even be able to see it to bottom right. You must be able to see it to bottom right. So ooh, hit it too thick. Now from here, the way Chris has played in the last couple of frames, I'm sure he'd back himself, but I'm sure Ben will be thinking I might get another chance. He's got a tough red on the top rail, which he has got himself onto. But to play this ball across that rail down into the top left pocket, a very big shot. You may even go for, well, I thought he might have gone for a cross double, but he's attempted to play a safety, but I'm not quite sure how he thought he was going to get the white safe there. And again, for Ben, it should be a case of potting this into the top right with a bit of left-hand side to get the white off that side cushion, off that top cushion, sorry, and into a pottable position, which he does. 9-6 to Ben. So Ben feeling very comfortable now. Ben's got that strut in his walk. A man that's only 2 frames away from victory. And it's Chris at the moment who's looking dejected, looking at the floor, looking at his cue. So 9-6 to Ben, frame 16. And it's Ben breaking. So not a great split. The white's gone back into the bunch. And it doesn't look like he's potted anything off that break. So a dry break as well. So Chris comes to the table. Not a great deal on. Looks like he might be playing a plant in the middle, which he doesn't get. And again, he'd be disappointed, but these are shots that he would have potted half an hour ago. He knows that. So Ben may take red onto the yellow here to go yellows. Oh, well, rather more impressively, despite the yellow being on the hole, he's potted the red and the yellow stayed out. So he'd be very happy with that. So he's taking reds. And he may take this pot down to the bottom right hand corner. And he's missed it. Well, I'm not even sure how that stayed out. Must have been a goalkeeper on that pocket. But Chris does have an opportunity here. He needs a couple of pots now just to get his eye and his arm back in it. As misses like that, they're not going to do him any favours at all. And every time he misses, Ben grows in confidence. So I think Ben was a total snooker there. He came off the side cushion, the left hand cushion, to put Chris back in a total snooker, and he's got out of that. So nice pot from Ben there on the top middle, but not a great deal on. You can't get to that red that's on the hole, so he's going to play. Well, that is A beautiful shot. He's been very unlucky there not to pot that. I thought he may have attempted the plant. But that's a lovely cut. So, unfortunately, I'm missing it. He has given Chris a chance to get back in this. So, he's having a look at his options. He's got a red. He's got a yellow, sorry, on the right-hand cushion that is difficult to pot right now. And he's got a yellow tied up with the black. So, he'll be trying to work out how we can open this frame out. Oh, what a shot that is. That is a shot where Chris himself would be calling razzmatazz right now, because he has screwed back off 2 cushions and split that yellow and black up. That is a lovely shot. And he's absolutely thumped that yellow in the bottom middle pocket. Not only has he thumped it in the bottom middle pocket, but he's actually sent another yellow around the table and potted the red on the hole, opening this frame right up. And as if it's just commentator's curse, he's now missed a yellow over the hole and potted the white, giving Ben 2 shots. Absolutely nothing right now is going Chris's way. It is all falling into Ben's lap. He's 9-6 up. He's got 3 reds and a black to pot here to make it 10-6, and he'll be on the hill with just 1 frame to win. But you've got a feel for Chris, really. Absolutely nothing is going his way right now. So there's a nice screw back shot there from Ben. Doesn't put too much power into his screw back shots. He does get a lot of reaction off the white ball. He's a very, very good cueist. But Chris will be feeling sick as a parrot right now. So 6-10, and Ben needs just the 1 frame. So that is 8 frames. 8 frames in a row for Ben. And if Chris doesn't do something about it, then this could be the last frame of the evening. That's a nice break, and he's potted 2 yellows, and yellows do look quite nice. It is the one tricky ball that has got a red right next to it, but I'm sure if he can get on that yellow to the top left, I'm sure he can generate an angle to open them up. Oh, he's opting for reds. I don't think he fancied the first pot for yellows, which would have been the cut to the top middle. I don't think he fancied that, so he's taken reds. And I suppose he does at least control that little cluster of 2 balls on the left-hand side. That's unlucky. It's a difficult pot when you're playing well. And it's just stayed up. Oh, that's a lovely pot from Ben. Lovely pot. Cut that into the top right-hand side. And he just seems that with every shot, he just seems to be trying to give himself the best possible opportunity to win. He's been very unlucky there. He's played that shot with a lot of side to try and develop the red and yellow down the bottom, and he's missed them. He's gone right through the gap. So I'm sure he will feel unlucky. But he's played a containing safety there to try and give himself the best opportunity later on in the frame. And Chris does seem to be giving him opportunities. He may have an angle here off this yellow. This might be his best opportunity. Yeah. Well, let's put the yellow on the left hand side. It's not tight, but it's not easy to pot from here. I don't think. I think you can't pot the other yellow, so that might be the only ball he can go for. Ah, that's a lovely shot. So really, Ben should be looking at the win here if he can pot this yellow and come off the top cushion and down the other side of the black to pot in the bottom right. Oh, well, he got a nice kiss on the black, just not hard enough, and he snookered himself. And he does hit the black, but I think Chris can put him in a nice one here. Yeah, he's put him in another total snooker. So again, Ben's got to get the hit. Oh, he doesn't. I don't know whether he felt he could see it, but he did not hit the black there. So it is two shots, and you can see Chris very quick on the table, already picked the white up, already moving it into place, ready to play his next shot. There's no messing about with this boy. Roll this down the table. Well, I say roll it down, punch it down the table. And he should be looking to take these out. And if he can, it might just stop the Benjamin Express, because he is steamrolling over Chris at the moment. I think I would. He needs to be slowing the game down a bit, not too slow that it disrupts himself. But if he goes on to win this one, just take that little bit extra time between setting him up, go get a drink, let Ben wait for him. Oh, that's nice. Very quick. Got the pots. He's got another frame on the board. That's great. That's 10-7. And he'll be pleased about that. He'll be pleased to stop the rot, to stop Ben's 8-frame winning run. And he'd be going into this next frame thinking, get another one in this 10-8 and the comeback's on. So Ben breaking. Again, Ben needs just the one frame. It's a nice split. But I don't think he's potted. He hasn't. It's a dry break. Chris is first to the table. Reds look very appetizing. Oh, that's lovely. He pushed the red over the hole as well. So it's nicely played. Screw back off this one. Well, I'm not sure if he was screwing back to develop the red, but he missed it, hit the yellow and black, and landed perfectly on it on another red. So he'd be quite happy with that. And if you can drop this one in the middle. Now, because of the other red, this is not ideal. I think he wanted that white out a little bit more. A straight would have been lovely, I think. Yeah, it's not often you ask for that. But, oh, that's dreadfully unlucky again. I think that has been the word of the night for Chris in these last 9 frames. You've been very unlucky. Played a lovely pot, sent the white round the table, and landed full ball snookered. So Ben now puts the red safe, just to give himself a little bit of an insurance policy. And you can take these out. No, no, he can't. No, he can't, because he's potted the white. He's potted the white in the middle. I'm sure he didn't see that come in. And I know I definitely didn't. But if Chris can just roll this ball down the bottom now. Oh, that's a terrible hit. It's terrible. He really will not be happy with that. I can't see from where I am whether he's on it. He can't be if he's going around the other side. But all he had to do was roll that straight down the cushion. and if it went in, he was on the black in the middle. If it didn't go in, he could come back around the table for the black, and yeah, he'll be very, very disappointed in himself and in that shot. He's still in the frame, but this is the second foul in a row, second two-shot visit for Ben. Ben's just putting balls where he wants them. Now might be his opportunity to take them out. He's had his first visit to get the yellow off the cushion. So he's looking at top left here. And he could just keep going to the same pocket for the time being, take the next one in the top left. And now move over to the middle, top middle. That's lovely shot, bottom middle now. Just drop it in. Yellow in the top middle, and after that, and the black. And this is lovely. This looks like it's going to be the end of the match right here. So Ben will be happy with that, and he'll have bragging rights until the next match between these pair. So Ben wins that 11-7, and well done, Ben. Thanks for joining us. I hope you catch the next videos that we post as well.